So I'm feeling sick again. My voice is gonna sound like crap. I just woke up from a nap. I had a slight fever today, feeling achy. I went and tried to get tested, but I live in North Jersey. There's huge spikes right now with the Omicron variant, and it's impossible to get a test. I went down to a local hospital. The lines was like wrapped around the block. They said they closed the lines at 12. It usually closes at 4, but there were so many cars. They closed it off. I went to the pharmacies. The pharmacy said that you can only do it if you schedule an appointment, even the walk-in pharmacies. And they said there's no more at-home kits. They're behind for like 2 weeks. They're probably going to get some more in 2 weeks. I went to local doctor's office. They're like, nah, you need an appointment. So it's been crazy. I'm going to try and get tested tomorrow, but hopefully, I live to see 10,000 subscribers. But in today's video, I want to talk about Bitcoin and why it doesn't follow inflation. Because remember, Bitcoin, it used to be heralded as like the digital gold. The bull case for Bitcoin was that it's a hedge against inflation. The supply will only always be 21 million. Remember, by 2140, it's going to be the last Bitcoin that's ever mined. And right now, already 90% of all the Bitcoin that's ever going to be is already in circulation. So the other 10% will be mined by 2140, but who really cares? None of us are going to be around to see 2140 unless we're cryogenically frozen or Elon Musk starts implanting those chips and cryogenically freezing us. But I digress. What I really want to discuss is why does Bitcoin not follow inflation as it should? When inflation scares are at its high, we're hearing right now that we might experience hyperinflation. Everyone's freaking out about how much inflation is going up. We printed so much money, CPI index, the price of goods is going up, and so the price of Bitcoin should really go up because that's a hedge against inflation. But that hasn't been happening. If anything, Bitcoin is following growth stocks. It's following high PE stocks. When they go up, Bitcoin goes up. When they go down, Bitcoin goes down. Or maybe when Bitcoin goes up, the growth stocks go up. And when Bitcoin goes down, the growth stocks go down. It's almost like people are seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these cryptos as just software, high growth software, right? But it's not stocks. Let's remember, for crypto, there really is no floor. We've just agreed that this is going to be the price of Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin trades at 47,000. But who's to say that it can't hit below 30,000 before it goes up and hopefully hits that 100,000 that we've all been promised? Remember, when Bitcoin starts going up, everyone says, this is it. We're going to six figures. For sure, this is going to six figures. Some people, some analysts even say like 300,000, 450,000. We don't really know how low Bitcoin can go because remember, there's no enterprise value. There's no revenue stream. There's no earning stream. You can't justify and say the floor for Bitcoin is 35,000 and that's it. No, there could be massive sell-offs. There could be whale sell-offs. There could be a lot that goes wrong. Electrical grid gets taken out. Something really crazy happens. Bitcoin can see a floor that's quite lower than most people anticipate. Now, sure, hedge funds are into crypto now and Bitcoin. There's a lot of institutions, a lot of huge companies. Michael Saylor comes to mind with MicroStrategies. Elon Musk comes to mind with Tesla. There's also Cathie Wood. There's also Square, PayPal. All of these large companies, they bought into Bitcoin. So you have to assume that these companies, they're not just day trading or swing trading this, right? They're going to hold it for the long term. But again, because there's no enterprise value, because there's no core value, we just agree. This price, 47,000, that's where the buyer and seller last met and said, yeah, that seems fair. Let's do the deal. And so we don't really know how low it can go. And personally, I'm not a believer that we're going to see 100,000 before maybe the end of 2022. Now, I sure hope I'm wrong. I've been a believer in crypto, NFTs. I've been championing it for a long time. I've been telling people about it for a long time. The other thing I want to mention is going mainstream is no longer a bull case or a catalyst for Bitcoin, Ethereum. It might be so for some of the smaller coins, right? If you're talking OMI tokens or some of the other smaller ones. But Bitcoin and Ethereum, it is already mainstream. My grandpa is 95 years old. He doesn't know 5 stocks on the stock market, but he could tell you what Bitcoin and Ethereum is, obviously in just general speak. But I would argue that most people can't really tell you what Bitcoin and Ethereum truly is. They don't understand blockchain technology, what forking something is, why there are gas fees, And so you have to keep all this in mind. And the reason I mentioned the mainstream thing is because if this was like 5 years ago, then I would say, hey, once institutions buy in, hedge funds buy in, then it's really going to be mainstream and this could shoot through the moon. But we don't have that catalyst anymore. There's governments scooping it up. El Salvador made it a national currency. And so it's interesting to see what's happening right now. And that's why I feel like 2022, we're going to see new highs. But I don't think that we're going to see a newer high. Like I think the last one was 69,000. I don't think that Bitcoin is going to see the new high at six figures. I think we'll climb to like 74,000, 78,000, and then we'll go down once again. And it'll be higher lows, higher highs. Unless something insane happens. We're talking a war, we're talking, an earthquake, electrical grid gets taken out, something insane where people really start to lose trust as far as whether Bitcoin, Ethereum are great investments and a great place to park your money. But I do really hope that we see higher lows, higher highs. But unfortunately, I think we are going to see Bitcoin at below 40,000 before we see it at over 100,000. And so the other thing I want to mention is what is going to happen 20, 30 years from now. Like I mentioned my grandpa, he's 95 years old. When he was younger, he would collect stamps in the Soviet Union, and there was a limited supply of them as well. And so he would say, look, these are rare stamps, limited supply. I'm going to collect this series. It's going to be worth a lot of money. I'm going to leave it to my grandchildren. And when he showed me the stamp collection, I went and appraised it. It's not worth much at all. Why? Because later on, people decide what is and isn't worth money. Some autographed Michael Jordan cards, they're worth a lot of money. Pogs, they're not really worth any money at all. So the question is, 30, 40 years from now, are we going to say, you know what? This Ethereum 6.0, this is the new Bitcoin, and everyone's just going to switch over from Bitcoin? Or is Bitcoin actually digital gold, a hedge against inflation, and it's here to stay? Remember, there's going to be mining of Bitcoin until 2140. So there's a lot of players in the game. There's a lot of mining companies in the game. There's a lot of huge deep pocket players that believe in crypto. And so personally, I do feel that crypto is here to stay. Bitcoin, Ethereum, NFTs, the rise is just starting. But I approach it a little bit skeptical and with an eyebrow raised because I feel like it already is mainstream and everyone's shouting that Bitcoin's going to go way over 100,000. But a lot of people aren't paying attention to some of the things that may actually cause a collapse. Remember, USDT Tether is an issue, right? And then hacking can always be an issue. There was always this fear of supercomputers. There's always a fear of what happens if the electrical grid is taken out. I know that a lot of people, they store their crypto offline, but I'm telling you, if the electrical grid is taken out and then nobody can see their stuff on Coinbase or like AWS gets taken out and a lot of people can't see their NFTs, they're going to freak out. They're going to say this might be all smoke and mirrors. And so it's curious. I don't know if it's just a fever dream speaking or if I'm making any sense. And the other thing is, check this out. I got this lamp because I was like, oh man, this is going to look so dope. And right now when I stare at it, the light is always on. But when you're looking at it, it's probably flickering and I can't do anything about it. It just flickers like that. And I don't know if it's distracting or not. So let me know. If it's distracting, I'm just going to go and return it. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. Let me know if you're invested in Bitcoin. Did you get your stop order triggered? Do you have a limit order in place? Are you someone that just goes long term? Are you looking to play it? What do you think is in store for 2022? What are the highs? What are the lows? Let me know your opinions. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor. I don't think there is such a thing. But I'm going to go back to sleep, work on getting better. And I will see you guys soon, maybe even in the new year. So if I don't see you until then, happy holidays. I appreciate you guys wholeheartedly. We're almost at 10,000 subs. I couldn't do it without you guys. It's amazing. I always wanted to have a little bit of a voice. I always wanted to keep myself motivated into learning and inspired into spreading knowledge and giving back through things that I've learned. And this channel, this platform, it's allowing me to do that. So huge thank you to Google, to YouTube, and to all of you subscribers that support the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Be healthy, be well. Till then.